It's a rematch of one of the great NFL playoff games of all time. The Chargers and Dolphins underway from Miami.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 7. Here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And the Dolphins are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Mostert. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Again, it's Mostert. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Herbert's throw got into the hands of Williams. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Herbert now. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
His throw complete right side to the tight end, Parham.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Tua now on first down. Steps away to his left. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got a man. It's Robbie Chosen. 27 yards there. A first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
A big play there for L.A. 56 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second and a couple.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Justin Herbert.
A 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cost.
And now off to the races down the right side.
Finding room at midfield.
And all the way down to the 41-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 41 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Chargers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 43. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. He gets him moving forward again with an 8-yard run, but they'll still be left with 14 yards to go on 3rd.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
Touchdown! Austin Eckler in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now 21-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around and outstanding.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only they're controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
2nd and 10.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 39.
69 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Eckler now between the tackles, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Running on first down, Eckler knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. It's Eckler again. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will back now in Miami. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed him down on that run,
and down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Big Raekwon Davis, the man fighting in for that sack. Well, we saw him score on the ground earlier in the ball game. This time, the defense says not so fast.
Yeah, that's good scouting and good awareness, isn't it? Because you always have to be wary of him keeping it himself, especially in this part of the field. Because if he doesn't like what he sees, you know he'll take off and try and go for it himself.
On 4th down, Herbert. He's got it.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Austin Eckler
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chargers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down. And
this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
114 yards on the ground for Eckler here. That's a first down.
First down, Los Angeles.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Jalen Phillips on the tackle. 2 yards on the pick.